I'm going to be talking about the Patriots. How much more patriotic does somebody get than wearing a Captain America mask? Okay, I'm gonna take this off now. I gotta be honest, I saw Infinity War like last Friday, and oh goddamn, I'm not gonna spoil or give anything away, but wow. Welcome to another edition of Cujo Productions Sports Talk. So the NFL Draft just happened last week, and I was originally going to do a video on the Patriots first round picks, but I decided to kind of wait, let the draft do its thing, and and then just do a video covering all the picks from the New England Patriots. I'm not going to cover the entire first round like I did last year. No, I'm not doing that. I am a Patriots fan. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by now. So I figured I would talk about the Patriots. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first pick from the New England Patriots came at 23rd overall. It was offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn out of Georgia. I should probably note I'm not going to remember the schools that every pick that they did came out of, but I know the majority. So Isaiah Wynn is an interesting pick. He's actually considered undersized for an NFL tackle, but other than that, he's a very good offensive lineman. He's like 6'2". I forgot how big he is, but he is considered undersized. So the talk is that if he doesn't work out at tackle, they could try moving him to guard. I don't know how well that's going to work. Plus, the Patriots did get a tackle from the 49ers in a trade. So, who knows? Patriots did need an offensive lineman, and I think they got a pretty good one in Isaiah Wynn. As I said, very good offensive lineman. Very much needed, and that was a good pick. Up next is the 31st overall pick. And I gotta be honest, right here, I was thinking they were gonna get Lamar Jackson. I would have liked that, but what they did get, I really love. They got Sony Michel out of Georgia, running back. The kid he's dynamite. He is very fast. He's a very good runner. They actually compared him to Deion Lewis. There is a bit of an injury history there, apparently. I don't know how true that is, but I read somewhere that there was a bit of an injury history, but nothing severe. Nothing too bad, and he was one of the better running backs, not named Saquon Barkley. There was no way in hell New England was gonna be able to get Saquon Barkley. And actually, Sony Michel's the third running back to go in the first round, because the Seahawks actually picked up a running back with their first pick in the first round. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Sony Michel. I've seen some of the highlights. The kid is lightning. He's very fast, very elusive. Doesn't strike me as a power runner, but he can definitely dodge tackles and break some ankles. And I think this is a really good pick for New England. I think running back was a position that they definitely could have used some support on. They do have Rex Burkhead and James White, and they also picked up Jeremy Hill. So, yeah, that was pretty good. But I think they could use one more, and I think Sony Michel fits perfectly. Up next, going 56th overall, was Duke Dawson out of Florida, a cornerback, which was also a position I think New England needed to fill. New England, not very deep on corners. They had Stephon Gilmore, and recently they got Jason McCourty. And then behind them, they had Eric Rowe and John Bademosi. And I don't know if they still have Bademosi or not. But, they needed some depth. And Duke Dawson's actually a pretty good corner. One of the more highly touted corners in the draft. Not the best, but a highly touted one. He is going in the second. This was a second-round pick. Actually, this is the Patriots' last pick for good leap, and you'll see that in a minute. But Duke Dawson actually picked off Wilton Speight in the game between Michigan and Florida, and he actually took it back. It was a pick six, so you could say I'm a little familiar with Duke Dawson in that regard. But nonetheless, very good pick. Very happy with this one for New England. Okay, so Duke Dawson went 56 overall. The Patriots didn't pick again until 143rd. They kept trading back and forth for setting up for next year. I mean, their draft next year, they're stacked at in draft picks next year. But that's next year. We're talking about this year. This is where I'm going to start kind of just naming off names, because I don't know everything about every pick they picked up. But going 143rd, they picked up a linebacker, Juwan Bentley. I think linebacker was a need as well. Dante Hightower, Marquise Flowers, Kyle Van Noy, Landon Roberts, and some decent names there. But they definitely could have used more depth at linebacker, and I think Juwan Bentley in this next pick, which I'll get to in a minute, I think that really does fill a void and creates a bit of some competition. And I read a tweet, and it makes perfect sense. It says when you get into the mid to deep hundreds, that's when you find your diamonds in the rough. Guys like Landon Roberts went late, Julian Edelman, Antonio Brown, Tom Brady went 199th overall. So I bring that up because at 143rd overall, it's not the biggest deal to be drafted that high, but linebacker was a position I think New England needed to fill, and I think them picking Juwan Bentley was a good indicator that they were going to try and create some depth. The next pick, 178th overall, was Christian Sam, who is also a linebacker. Really not much else to say here. I just talked about New England needing linebackers, and I think this fills a need. It creates a little bit of depth. So, yeah, no complaints here. Now, I do have some things to say about this next pick. It's a wide receiver out of Miami. It is Braxton Berrios, who went 210th overall. This guy basically is tailor-made for the New England Patriots offensive scheme. He's a slot receiver, can return kicks, he's got good hands, apparently is very fast. That is just a Patriots tailor-made offensive player. And, yeah, no real complaints here. I think that's a good pick. So, there we go. Up next is quarterback Danny Etling, 219th overall out of LSU. I've got some things to say about this one. Quarterback was a position that New England was rumored to try and fill because, I mean, let's be honest here. Tom Brady's not getting any younger. He's 41. I don't think he's going to play till he's 43. I think we're getting up to the time where the Pats are going to have to look for the successor. They traded Garoppolo at the trade deadline. I'm not getting into all the rumors and all the crap surrounding that. I'm not going to cover that. So, sorry, but I've moved on. When it came to the quarterbacks in this draft, I was kind of hoping New England would pick up Lamar Jackson. I think I mentioned that earlier. But then he went to the Ravens at 32nd overall, which I think was a good pick for the Ravens. But then I was thinking Mason Rudolph from Oklahoma State. That would have been pretty good. Obviously didn't go with him. And then there was Luke Falk out of Washington State. He went to Tennessee. I was actually getting really frustrated. I was getting a little frustrated with this whole thing. I said, stop trading back, pick up a quarterback. Come on, But I guess they see something in Danny Etling that apparently not a lot of people see, because all the scouting reports and everything I've read on Danny Etling, he's not a good quarterback. Everything I read just rips him to shreds, saying that he hasn't done a whole lot for LSU, that he's not very good, not very clutch. He went 219th overall. People say that he's like a training camp presence at best. Now I'm going to make a bit of a bold statement here. You know who else got drafted very highly and wasn't very highly touted, had nothing but a lot of negative things being said, Tom Brady. When Tom Brady, it's really weird to think that when Tom Brady was first drafted in the 6th round, 199th overall in the 2000 NFL Draft, it's amazing to think that he actually was not very highly touted. Michigan, he wasn't even really a starter. He was bouncing time with Drew Henson. I think they billed him as like, tall, lanky, looks like he'd never seen a weight room, very slow to react. He wasn't very fast. Basically, nothing but bad things. And the Patriots still took a risk on him. And he ended up winning the starting job. Well, he didn't win the starting job. He got in because Drew Bledsoe got injured. But, everything I'm reading about Danny Etling, it kind of makes me flash back to when Tom Brady was first drafted. Now, am I saying Danny Etling is going to become the next Tom Brady? No, not. I'm not putting my money on that. I'm just saying, when it comes to scouting reports, don't always trust what you read. But I will say this, if Danny Etling is the successor to Tom Brady, it's definitely high risk. It's a very high risk. Yeah, just not really the pick that I would have went with, but, it is what it is. So to wrap up the last two picks, at 243rd overall, Pats picked up defensive back Keon Crossen, or Keon Crossen. I think it's Crossen, but I might be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize if I do. I don't know anything about this guy. I've never heard of him. I don't even remember what school he goes to, so feel free to tell me in the comment section where that all goes down. And finally, wrapping up New England's draft is tight end Ryan Izzo, number 250th overall. New England and their tight ends, what can I say? They always have a knack for picking up tight ends. I mean, they picked up Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez in the same draft. Ryan Izzo, obviously not very highly touted since he went 250th overall. But again, that's where you find your diamonds in the rough, is the late rounds, the late 7th round picks, and all that other stuff. So, now am I saying Ryan Izzo is going to be something special? No, I'm not saying anything about these guys' NFL careers just yet, because none of them have had the chance to really go out there and prove what they could do. They're just names that were called off for New England Patriots draft picks as of now. We could be looking at some Hall of Famers here. We could be looking at some busts. I mean, it's all about the future and where it goes from here. And that's what the draft is all about. The future starts now. Alright, guys. So that's good. I couldn't resist. I apologize. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition of Cujo Production Sports Talk. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. What's your opinion on the Patriots draft, if you are a Patriots fan, or how did your team do in the draft? How do you think your favorite team did in the draft? Whatever you think, throw it in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to check out my social media links, my Facebook page, my Twitter page, my Instagram account. Links to all that is in the description below. If you want to buy some merchandise, my Redbubble page is also linked in the description below. Have a great day, guys. If you're not having a great day, I hope it gets better. Until next time, I'm Justin Crumley, and this is Cujo Productions, signing out.